Yay! Uh-oh. I seem to have lost the opening video. There we go. Welcome to Johnny Millwater Live. Hope everybody's feeling great. Happy Sunday. I'm Johnny Millwater. I'm feeling wonderful. I'm healthy, happy, rich, and pretty. Wow, everything is going a little weird today. How odd. I wonder why that's happening and if it'll stop soon. Oh, there we go. It is Sunday, February 5th. I have updated a whole bunch of stuff here on my I got a new camera, which is giving me the business. New microphone, which is giving me the business. We'll see how it goes. How very upsetting. Anyway, let's go in the chat. I'll tell you how it works. It's a fairly simple, frozen camera. There it is. Huh. I wonder why that is. Huh. Well, I tell you what, there's a button for this. I think it's a brand new kind of camera. I may never, ever use it again because it's really causing problems now that I'm streaming. But let's give it a try. Here we go. All right, so we got the phone camera here. Let's turn it off. Turn it back on. Hi, everybody. Still not much better. All right, so let's go to the settings. Down here at the bottom, we got refresh devices and reconnect to device. How about that? Reconnect to device, refresh devices. Oh, that's not great. What are we gonna do? I wonder why that's happening. Maybe it's a problem with the connection. Yeah. Hi, BJ. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's giving me the business. Let's try this. Nope, no alternate. I updated a whole bunch of things. Maybe I ate up all my RAM. I don't know. This is rough, man. I don't know what to do. Hi, BJ. How are you? How about that? I can still chat. The voice still works. How are you doing? Let's see if I can remember where you're at. Hey, Lyric, how you doing? I'm glad the sound is going great. I have no idea why the videos give me so many problems, but we'll keep trying. Lyric, for the folks just tuning in, that's my niece. It's my sister Kim's daughter. Mother of two beautiful children. Hello to everybody. The sound's totally fine. Still good news. Hope everybody's doing all right. How very weird. All right, refresh device, reconnect the device, low latency, enable hardware decoder. Let's see if that helps. Weird. I'm going with it. She's greeting from the Prides on the way through the Panama Canal. I've only gotten to see one side of the Panama Canal, and I always had to fly away before we crossed, so I hope you have a great time out there. Greetings to the Pride. How you doing, Lyric? You're still down there in Columbia. I haven't seen you in far too long. Well, let's see if the camera's broken on all the screens here, because I was just running this a minute ago and none of this went wrong. Let's spin the wheel. Yeah, this has gone very, very wrong. Song. All right then, let's sing a song. Let's try the campfire. What? All right, folks, we're going to have to do some frontier medicine out here. I'll see if I can't fix this the old-fashioned way, and I'll keep talking, so you guys go to the chat. Let's go back to the chat there for a second. How is everybody? You all right? How are you, Lyric? I haven't seen you in forever. How are the babies? This is the worst stream in the whole world. I'm a little embarrassed, but we're going to figure this out. You and me, team. All right, I'm going back. Camera to OBS. Allow. Video source. Back camera. Max resolution. No audio source. And out you go. All right. Then we put that back on the holder. And we hope that when I hit main camera, it works. I feel very lucky. Let's find out together. It only works if I plug the camera in. There we go. Hey, that's better. All right, that's working way better than the other one. Okay, I think we might be back in business, my friends. I just got to adjust the settings real quick. I got to adjust the... Yeah, this is not ideal. Sound is good, though. You got to admit the sound's good, folks. All right, let's see. Main camera. Filters. Wow, this is rough, folks. Crop pad. Default. Left. There we go. I think this is it. And we're golden. All right, no more secondary cameras for me. Every time we change the camera from now on, we're going to have to switch settings real quick, so my apologies. Yeah, I should have played a cartoon or something. I got cartoons. Anyway, hi! Good morning if there's anybody viewing, and if not, I completely understand. We just got things rolling just now. Here's how it works. It's fairly simple. I talk to the chat, we catch up, make jokes, have a little fun, spend some time, and if there's nobody to talk to or nothing to say, I spin the wheel. And when I spin the wheel, it tells me what to do next. It's as fun as that. Let's try it right now. Very nice. That seems to be working. All right, here we go. wisdom. All right. I love wisdom. Let's try it now. Like I said, a couple of quick adjustments. You'll notice the folks at home, we changed the background a little bit. No more wings and halo because it kept on making my dad laugh so hard. So now it's just plain old Johnny reading plain old wisdom. And I love wisdom. So let's give it a shot right now. What do you say? Today I'm going to share a little something from the Bible since we're at the very top of the page here. Here's one from Proverbs. Your boast becomes a prophecy of a future failure. The higher you lift up yourself in pride, the harder you'll fall in disgrace. That's true. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. There's something absolutely true about the love of language. Respond gently when you are confronted, and you'll diffuse the rage of another. Responding with sharp, cutting words will only make it worse. Don't you know that being angry can ruin the testimony of even the wisest men? That's from Proverbs 15:1. And that's smart. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't have a lot of conflict that doesn't caused by me doing something stupid, but I'm trying to react to every conflict with love. If I could just train myself so that every time, rather than feeling anger, I feel love, I solve the problem. One less thing to worry about. I'm going to do one more. Let's do one from the Talmud. No one is truly poor, save for someone who is ill. That's great, but not particularly inspiring. Your health is wonderful. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. If a person says, I have worked hard but not found success, don't believe him. If a person says, I have not exerted myself and I have found success, don't believe him. If he says, I gave it my all and have found success, believe him. That's from Megillah, 6.b. I don't know what those letters mean. All right, then. Let's go back to the talk show. All right. I'm learning. It's getting easier, folks. All right, so we spin the wheel. We go check in. Hey, how's everybody doing? Everybody looks nice. Nothing going on in the chat. So I click my new button. Let's see what the speed wheel says this time. Ooh, a joke. All right, let's head on down to the theater. An old Jewish man is hit by a car. Oh, yeah. What happened? What is this? Oh, that's right. Crazy phone. Hold on. We can fix this. Oh. We got all kinds of technical problems today, but not enough to worry about. Here we go. Main camera. Boom. Huh? That's working. Hi. I just got to get this guy out of the way. This is going to be fine. Phone camera. Boom. Gone. All right. Hi. You know what? Let's make this guy even bigger. And by this guy, I mean me. There. I opened up all this area on the stage. I might as well enjoy myself. Doesn't that look nice? All right. So I believe we were going to tell a joke. Might not upload this one to YouTube. I got to be honest with you. An old man is walking down the street. He gets hit by a car. He's lying in the street shaking, screaming. A beautiful young woman comes up behind him and says, are you comfortable? The old man says, I make a living. Man, I am off my game today. Have been since this morning. You ever have one of those days just from the second you walk off the stage? From the second you get out of bed, you just feel like half a beat behind? That's where I'm at today. Let's spin the wheel. Still no updates, so here we go. Monologue. Hey, Dad's here. How you doing, Dad? Glad to see you. We had all kinds of technical problems. I'm very happy you arrived. We fixed most of them. There'll still be some ugliness as we go. Hope you're doing all right. I miss you. For the folks at home, Dad's been healing up really well. He says last week his arm's working completely again. He's got vision in both of his eyes. Things are going smoothly. How's the weather down there in Florida, Dad? Up here in North Carolina, it's about 45 degrees this morning. Not bad for a January morning, or February, as the case might be. My dad's here. That's so cool. All right, let's spin the wheel. Type some stuff in so we can chat, Dad. Then after the wheel. Limericks. Boy, you never see that coming. All right, let's do some limericks. Let's head to the Poetry Pagoda. I need a front door for my hall. The replacement I bought was too tall, so I hacked it and chopped it and carefully lopped it, and now the dang thing is too small. There's a life lesson. I know an old now named Boo. Every night he yelled, "Who?" Once a kid walked by and started to cry and yelled, "I don't have a clue." Yeah, it's not bad. Stu. This is a great one. There was a faith healer of Deal who said, although pain isn't real, if I sit on a pin and it punctures my skin, I dislike what I fancy I feel. That's something there about human experience. The best. Oh no! My face has gone crazy. Hold on, I can fix this, folks. All right, microphone, Butch. Oh, we got this. That's where I should have been the whole time I was doing the limericks. Like I said, technical difficulties. Let's try again. Weather is mild in Florida, my friends. Keep that in mind. Okay, here we go. Supposed to check in here. Dad said, my father's in the building. Hooray. Glad to see you, Jim. And weather, I call him Dad, but it's Jim for you folks at home. And weather is mild. Very important. Good to know. All right, let's spin the wheel again. Monologue. All right, let's go to the theater and do a monologue. And the lights and everything? That's fun. Let's see. Let's do something. The Dictator. This is The Dictator by Charlie Chaplin. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there is room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the universe, for the universal brotherhood, for the universe, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men and tortures innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate, and the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke, it is written, the kingdom of God is within man. Not one man or a group of men, but in all men. In you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power. But they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. There you go. Charlie Chaplin, almost 100 years old and still a delight. Let's spin the wheel. Shakespeare! Let's head on down to the Shakespeare stage. Who brought this giant weird head in here? Just a second. I could fix this. And boom. All right. Now, how about this? Let's move me over a little bit. Make me slightly bigger. Who doesn't want slightly more? There you go. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. All right. Let's do some Shakespeare. Now, Dad doesn't like sonnets, but I promise you I'll only do one. As you know, William Shakespeare wrote over 150 sonnets. Currently, I have read 112 on the stream. This is Sonnet 112 by William Shakespeare. Your love and pity doth the impression fill, which vulgar scandal stamped upon my brow. For what care I who calls me well or ill, so you o'ergreen my bad, my good allow. You are my all the world, and I must strive to know my shames and praises from your tongue. None else to me, nor I to none alive, that my steeled sense or changes right or wrong. In so profound abysm, I throw all care of others' voices, that my adder's sense to critic and to flatterer stopped are. Mark now, with my neglect I do dispense. You are so strongly in my purpose bred, that all the world besides, methinks, are dead. Nice. Here, I'll do this real quick. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Zen cone. Very, very nice. All right, then. Let's head on down to the campfire. That's not supposed to happen. More sonnets. Thank you, David. All right, we now have an even keel on the sonnets. We have a 1 sonnet vote for David. Thank you, David. And 1 vote for no sonnets from my dad. So we're halfway there, and I will certainly make a note. Thank you for getting involved, David. All right, here we go. Zen koan. Now, most of you know Zen koan is a teaching tool. It's usually a learning story used to teach Zen Buddhism. Japanese Zen Buddhism. There's over 100, and we are currently on number 56. This is Zen koan 56, The True Path. Just before Ninakawa, the Zen master Ikkyu. This is Zen koan 56. This is Zen koan 56, The True Path. Just before Ninakawa passed away, the Zen master Ikkyu visited him. "Shall I lead you on?" Ikkyu asked. Ninakawa replied, "I came here alone, and I go alone. What help could you be to me?" Ikkyu answered, "If you really think you come and go alone, that is your delusion. Let me show you the path on which there is no coming and no going." With his words, Ikkyu had revealed the path so clearly that Ninakawa smiled and passed away. It's good to be reminded. That's one of the tenets, I suppose, of Buddhism. It's no stopping, no starting. It's just a continuous flow of all things. I enjoyed that. Let's go check into the chat. Get rid of this wheel. There we go. We had somebody check in. David, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching even for a second. Oh, it's my buddy David Pendragon. Okay, I was trying to figure out the last name. If anybody appreciates Shakespeare and the sonnets, good. You know what, David? I'm glad you're here. I think you'd enjoy this when this works. This is nice. There are more sonnets. There's lots more Shakespeare. And if you have any requests, you probably have a favorite sonnet. You have a favorite poem, anything you'd like me to read. I do short stories and stuff like that just to pass the time. James is my dad. That's James Millwater. And David is a friend of mine who I used to do burlesque shows with in Charlotte, North Carolina. I used to be a part of the Big Mama D's troupe for a couple of years, and I got a great deal of joy out of that. So I'm very glad to see you. Hope the boy's all right. I think he's about, gosh, how old is your boy now? I forget. Wow, happens fast. Anyway, let's spin the wheel. Another Zen? Wow, that's, 2 Zen koans is a bit much. Even 1 is a little tough to swallow. Ooh, a joke. Why not? Let's head on down to the theater. Tell a joke. Man sees an ad in the newspaper, and it says, talking dog, $50. So he goes to the place, he knocks on the door, and a dog opens up the door. There's a dog sitting there smoking a pipe. He says, "Oh my God, you're a talking dog." Dog says, "Well, yes, I am." So how does that happen? "Well, I've always been pretty smart," the dog says. I read quite a bit as a puppy. I studied in high school and went to Harvard. I have my master's degree in business administration. I spent 8 years overseas fighting for the United States, and I won the Nobel Prize in 1974. So, things are going pretty well for me. The owner comes out. The man says, "This dog is amazing. How are you selling a dog like this for $50? The other guy goes, "Dog's a liar." Dog's a liar. Let's spin a wheel. Monologue. Back to the theater then. I love the monologues. Let's do a funny one from the kids in the hall. Let's do Fletcher Christian. No, Bad Doctor. Bad Doctor by Dave Foley. Uh-oh, can't read that. Never mind, got to fix that in post. Let's do Fletcher Christian by Dave Foley. Hi, my name is Fletcher Christian. Oh, not the famous seagoing Fletcher Christian, but the relatively anonymous shoe-selling Fletcher Christian. Come to think of it, our lives differ in many fairly major ways. For example, in 1783, Fletcher Christian was made first mate aboard the HMS Bounty, whereas I was not. In point of fact, I had yet to be born. But many years later, in February of 1985, I was made assistant manager of Zell's Shoes. On December 23rd, 1787, Fletcher Christian set sail from Spithead to the South Seas to collect breadfruit trees. Me, I don't even know what a breadfruit tree is. Fletcher Christian was loved and admired by all who served with him. Under the tyrannical rule of Captain Bligh, only Fletcher Christian could dissuade the mutineers, and when the time came, only he could lead them. Following the mutiny, Christian and 8 crewmen and a number of Tahitian men and women settled on Pitcairn Island, a South Seas paradise where they lived an idyllic life. I, however, am barely tolerated by my co-workers and underlings, and I live alone with a cat. Fletcher Christian, the other one, has been portrayed in 3 major motion pictures by 3 dashing leading men: Clark Gable, Marlon Brando, and Mel Gibson. Jeff Wilco, one of our stock boys, apparently does a rather unflattering impression of me on the phone ordering pizza. But the upside, violence erupted on Pitcairn Island and Fletcher Christian was brutally murdered, whereas I have plenty of good years ahead of me to sell shoes. I like Dave Foley monologues. Hey, all right, thanks, Dad. All right, let's head on back to the poach. Let's head on back to the... This is where it's at. I should be spending most of my time here. All right, let's see. Dad said good one. David demanded more sonnets. Other than that, there's not been much going on. So let's spin the wheel. I got a short button, see? If you're still in there, David, tell me what's going on with you, buddy. Limerick. 2 limericks in one show. Come on. Come on. Shakespeare again. There you go. Back to the Shakespeare stage. Well, now it's time for a Shakespeare monologue. I love them. Let's see if I can find one that I haven't done yet. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear for my cause, and be silent that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses, that you may be the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, my dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus' love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer: not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead to live all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who here is so rude that would not be a Roman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who here is so vile that will not love his country? If any, speak, for him I have offended. I pause for a reply. Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. The question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol. his glory not extenuated, wherein he was worthy, nor his offences enforced, for which he suffered death. There comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall not? With this I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death. Shakespeare. That was fun. All right, nothing else going on, so let's spin the wheel. That's supposed to be 1 out of 50. I don't know why it's coming up 4 times today. Wisdom. Nice. Let's head on back to the wisdom. Hey, Dad, check it out. I updated it just for you. No more wings. No more halo. There you go. All right. Let's dig on some wisdom. Let's see, I was just reading a little bit from the Talmud. Let's keep on going down the Talmud. They're pretty wise. You know, the Talmud teaches us, do not appease a person while he's still angry. Good advice. Now, here you go. Just as you are obligated to speak when your words will be heeded, you must remain silent when you know your words will be ignored. It's good advice. Doesn't do much for the stream, though. A bird that you set free may be caught again, but a word that escapes your lips will not return. Very wise. One more from the Talmud. A pessimist, confronted with 2 bad choices, chooses both. I think we all know that's the truth. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Wow, what are the chances? Well, I know what the chances are, 1 out of 50. Poem, nice. Let's head to the Poetry Pagoda. I would like to read you To the Virgins Make Much of Time by Robert Herrick. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may, old time is still a-flying, and this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying. The glorious lamp of heaven, the sun, the higher he's a-setting, the sooner will his race be run, and newer he's to setting. That age is best which is the first, when youth and blood are warmer, but being spent the worse, and worst, time still succeed the former. Then be not coy, but use your time, and while ye may go merry, for having lost but once your prime, you may forever tarry. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate the feedback on the update. Here, I'll show the folks at home. Get out of here. There we go. Hey, everybody. My dad said, excellent update. He likes the no wings. He likes the no halo. Paying attention? Thanks for getting involved. All right, then. Let's spin the wheel. Wow, 3 shake? Come on. Let's see, we haven't done a song, haven't done a riddle, haven't done feelings, short story, ask me anything. Poem. There you go. 2 poems in a row. That I can live with. This is Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. That's a good one. All right, let's spin the wheel. Wow, weird wheel today. Song, why not? Let's head on out the camp. The campfire looks weird. I'm working on it. Okay, hi! I guess that's it then. Welcome to the campfire. Let's sing a song, shall we? Let's find a classic. Something upbeat and happier. Oh, that's a good one. Good. I used to visit all the very gay places, those come what may places, where one relaxes on the axis of the wheel of life to get the feel of life through jazz and cocktails. The girls I knew had sad and sullen gray faces with distant K traces that used to be there. You could see where they'd been washed away by too many through the day. 12 o'clock tales. Then you came along with your siren song to tempt me to madness. I thought for a while your poignant smile was tinged with the sadness of a great love for me. Oh yes, I was wrong. Again, I was wrong. Life is lonely again. And only last year everything seemed so sure. But now life is awful again. A trough full of hearts would only be a bore. A week in Paris to ease the bite of it. All I care is to smile in spite of it. I'll forget you, I will, and yet you are still burning inside my brain. Romance is mush, stifling those who strive. I'll live a lush life in some small dive, and there I'll be as I rot with the rest of those whose lives are lonely too. I like that song. All right. No update in the chat, so let's spin the wheel. Story! Oh, good. I like those. Let's, yeah, why not do it back in the theater? Let's see if we can't find something interesting. Let's do The Dog by Banjo Peterson. Now, the dog is a member of society who likes to have his day's work and who does it more conscientiously than most human beings. A dog always looks as if he ought to have a pipe in his mouth and a black bag for his lunch, and then he would go quite happily to office every day. A dog without work is like a man without work, a nuisance to himself and everybody else. People who live about town and keep a dog to give the children hiatus and to keep the neighbors awake at night imagine that the animal is fulfilling his destiny. All town dogs, fancy dogs, show dogs, lap dogs, and other dogs with no work to do should be abolished. It is only in the country that a dog has any justification for his existence. The dog, sheepdog, the old theory that dogs have only instinct, not reason to guide them, is knocked endways by the dog. A dog can reason as well as a human being on some subjects and better on others. And the best reasoning dog of all is the sheepdog. The sheepdog is a professional artist with a pride in his business. Watch any drover's dogs bringing sheep into the yard. How thoroughly they feel their responsibility, and how very annoyed they get if a stray dog with no occupation wants to stop and fool about. They snap at him and hurry off as much as to say, "You go on about your idleness. Don't you see this is my busy day?" Sheepdogs are followers of Thomas Carlyle. They hold that the only happiness for a dog in this life is to find his work and to do it. The idle, dilettante, non-working, aristocratic dog they have no use for. The training of a sheepdog for his profession begins at a very early age. The first thing is to take him out with his mother and let him see her working. He blunders lightheartedly, frisking along in front of the horse, and then the owner tries to ride over him and generally succeeds. It is amusing to see how that knocks all the gas out of a puppy, and with what a humble air he falls to the rear and glues himself to the horse's heels, scarcely daring to look to the right or to the left for fear of committing some other breach of etiquette. He has had his first lesson to keep behind the horse until he's wanted. Then he watches the old slut work and is allowed to go with her round the sheep, and if he shows any disposition to get out of hand and frolic about, the old lady will bite him sharply to prevent his interfering from her work. By degrees, slowly, like any other professional, he learns his business. He learns to bring sheep after a horse simply at a wave of a hand, to force the mob up to a gate where they could be counted and drafted, to follow the scent of lost sheep, and to drive sheep through a town without any master, one dog going on ahead to block the sheep from the turning off by the by streets while the other of them on the rear. How do they all learn all these things? Dogs, for show work, are taught painstakingly by men who are skilled in handling them. But after all, they teach themselves more than the men teach them. It looks as if the acquired knowledge of generations were transmitted from dog to dog. The puppy, descended from a race of sheepdogs, starts with all his faculties directed towards the working of the sheep. He is half educated as soon as he is born. He can no more help working sheep than a born musician can help being musical, or a Hebrew can help gathering in shekels. Don't care for that. It is bred in him. If he can't get sheep to work, he will work a fowl. Often and often one can see a collie pup painstakingly and carefully driving a bewildered old hen into a stable or a stockyard or any other enclosed space which he has fixed his mind. Learn to do that? How? He didn't learn it at all. The knowledge was born with him. When the dog has been educated or has educated himself, he enjoys his work. But very few dogs like work in the yards. The sun is hot, the dust rises in clouds, and there is nothing to do but bark, 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 which is all very well for learners and amateurs, but beneath the dignity of a true professional sheepdog. When they are hoarse with barking and nearly choked with dust, the men lose their tempers and swear at them, and throw clods of earth at them and sing out to them, "Speak up, blast you!" Then the dogs suddenly decide they have had enough for the day. Watching their opportunity, they silently steal over the fence and hide in any cool place they can find. After a while, the men notice that hardly any are left, and operations are suspended while a great hunt is made into outlying pieces of clover, where the dogs are sure to be found lying low and looking as guilty as so many thieves. A clutch at the scruff of the neck, a kick in the ribs, and they are hauled out of the hiding places and accompany their masters to the yard, frolicking about and pretending that they are quite delighted to be back, and only hidden those bushes out of sheer thoughtlessness. He is a champion hypocrite, is the dog. Dogs, like horses, have very keen intuition. They know when the men around them are frightened. They may not know the cause. In a great Queensland strike, when the shearers attacked and burnt Dagworth's shed, some rifle volleys were exchanged. The air was full of human electricity, each man giving out waves of fear and excitement. Mark now the effect it had on the dogs. They were not into fighting. Nobody fired at them and nobody spoke to them, but every dog left his master, left the sheep, and went away to the homestead about 6 miles off. There wasn't a dog about the shed next day after the fight. The noise of the rifles had not frightened them because they were well accustomed to that. The same thing happened constantly with the horses in South African war. A loose horse would feed contentedly while our men were firing, but when our troops were being fired at, the horses became uneasy and the loose ones would trot away. The excitement of the men communicated itself to them. Dogs have an amazing sense of responsibility. Sometimes when there are sheep to be worked, an old slut who has young puppies may be greatly exercised in her mind whether she should go out or not. On the one hand, she does not care about leaving the puppies. On the other, she really feels that she ought to go rather than allow sheep to be knocked about by those learners. Hesitatingly, with many a look behind her, she trots out after the horses and the other dogs. An impassioned appeal from the head boundary rider, "Go back home, will yer?" is treated with the contempt it deserves. She goes out to the yards, works perhaps half the day, and then slips quietly under the fences and trots off home, contented. Very nice. That was Dog, the Dog by Banjo Peterson. Nick, hey Nick, how you doing, buddy? Let's go back to the chat. Got a shortcut now. Welcome, my friends. You're right. This is a different kind of thing. Let's see. Nick Christmas. No, a couple years ago, you saw me doing stand-up comedy. I still do stand-up comedy every chance I get, but I was trying to figure out something I could do without having to leave the house and without having to have an audience. So I'm working on this. We have a comedy clip coming up in just a couple of minutes. Going to be showing my old My Way escape at the end of the show. But thanks for checking in. Where are you writing in, Nick? Where are you from? Never Again Song. I wonder what that means. I think it means never again, son. We'll find out. What do you mean, Dad? Well, we're all checked in. Let's spin the wheel. Feelings. All right, why not? Feeling pretty good. Let's see, I had a little bit of stress this morning trying to get the show going. Had a whole lot of problems with the camera, but after that, things are going pretty well. So, moving smoothly. Things are doing well at home. The kids and Debbie, who's my wife, are out today. They're going snow tubing while I'm working with my group down here. So I know they're having a good time. And I don't know what my next thing to be excited about is, but I got to see Pete Holmes. Last week was a crazy week. It was really fun. We had a show on Thursday. It was the Super Brawl show, which was just basically it's a showcase show, except Debbie was the promoter. They counted the number of laughs, and then they separated us into two teams, and the team who had the most laughs won. And I got the most laughs out of everybody in my 8 minutes. I was very proud of myself. They had a little trophy, but I refused it. I gave it to somebody else because that felt weird because I was, after all, married to the producer. But it was a great show with lots of very, very funny people. Never sing that song again. Oh. Which song was it? What happened? Huh. I'll have to figure that out. I don't even remember which song I sung. My memory's not what it ought to be. Let's see. Oh, Lush Life. What's wrong with Lush Life? I love Lush Life. Did I screw it up or something? I guess. Well. All right. No more Lush Life while Dad's on. I'll remember that one. All right. Other than that, feelings are good. I got this going. Sleeping too much. I saw the doctor last week. That's always scary. Had a whole bunch of tests. We'll see if those come back all right. And yeah, I'm in a nice, relaxed place. All right. What's the problem with Lush Life, Dad? I'm curious how you know that song. I love that song. That's one of the first songs I learned how to sing. I know that one by heart. I didn't even have to look at the lyrics. Ah, well. You can tell me. We have a phone call sometimes after the big show. So maybe at 4 you'll tell me why. All right, let's spin the wheel. Limerick. Man, there's a lot of limericks. Only one limericks per show. I've decided. What? 2-story? All right, forget it. Ask me anything. Oh, good. Let's do that. Ask me anything. This is exciting. We're going to go back to the chat chalet. Got a button for Ask Me Anything. Check this out. 60 seconds on the clock. Huh? Anything you ask me over the next... Whoop. And the clock stopped. I did not expect that. Oh, that's weird. Huh. 60 seconds, though. We all know how 60 seconds works. There we go. 60 seconds on the clock. Anything that you tap into the chat, I will gladly answer any questions that you have about life or broadcasting or, you know, the grandkids, whatever you want to talk about. You got 60 seconds on the clock. I'm still trying to figure out why you hate Lush Life. Huh. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 60 seconds. Hey, Nick, if you're still here, ask me anything you want to ask. Now's your chance. Ask me anything. Got a button for it. Here we go. Just a couple seconds left. 15 seconds to ask me anything. Nobody's asking me anything. Yeah, all right, I'm working on it. All right, let's see what was written in the chat. You know what? I'm calling this one. This has been kind of a fun stream. Thanks for tuning in, Dad. I appreciate you taking the time. It always means a lot to me. I hope everybody's happy. I got something coming up at 12, so I'm going to cut this one short. Hopefully I'll see you next Sunday with some new things to talk about. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, and the blue skies will take the dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to the folks that I know and tell them I won't be long. You'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thanks for watching. Bye.